Sure, Bob Mallory, 559 Mansfield Avenue, Paulsboro, New Jersey. I'll cut to the chase about what I think is a ordinance issue, and John, you know about this, and every other council member was at the workshop meeting that we missed the last time, so the last meeting we had, it's about 559 where it's been used as a parking lot for the last 50, probably plus years, even before I was born. Since the passage of the no parking on the lawn ordinance, meaning the lawn of your residence, we've gotten tickets and other patients coming in to use the private office have been told to move.
Bob, bear with me a moment. You know my respect for you runs very deep. You appeared before this body at the workshop meeting. It was a meeting I was unable to make.
Right.
And occasionally I do miss a meeting, and that happens. This is a matter, had I been at that meeting, I would have said this to you then. I would have welcomed you and greeted you as I just have with respect, because that's how I feel about you. This is a matter that belongs at the planning board. Now, I'm going to read you something, and then we're going to be done. When I say done, as far as this issue. Planning board, in addressing this issue, which I was at that meeting and listened to your presentation for interpretation, and the planning board minutes reflect as follows. It was recommended that he apply to the board for a minor site plan to confine the lot into one, revamp the vacant lot into the approved parking area. The board solicitor will address a letter asking that the applicant be given a 90-day grace period to allow him time to apply to the board for a minor site plan review. The motion was made by Rita Pelley, seconded by Alan Gray. To table the motion and have the applicant back, bring the applicant back before the board within 90 days. And you have subsequently received a letter. I'm not going to go into too many details, outlining the steps the planning board has directed you to take to resolve this issue. This is a matter for the planning board and not this body.
And with all due respect, just for the record, because since we have respect for each other,
Well,
that is not the complete discussion that took place, and Mr. Alice himself
Well,
stated...
we're not going to have this conversation here. It's a planning board matter. The planning board has given you clear direction. I want to say, exercise considerable largesse towards you to take time to get it done. Now, you're a sophisticated business person, so this is not a matter for this council.
Well, Mr. Alice's recommendations were wrong.
Well, then,
and he said he wasn't there to give us advice, and his option may not be good, and there were other remedies, and he also felt that it may be an ordinance conflict issue. I just got a letter from him when we were going to go back in front of the board, and I was told by actually the prosecutor who worked for the township that I needed a certificate of non-compliance, and he wrote me a letter saying he was refusing to hear me. So if the planning board is not the venue the land use for, and it's not a township ordinance venue, then where's the venue?
Well, because, I'll wrap this up with this. You have very clear direction that you are choosing to not adhere to. Now, the planning board and the issue of compliance has been very generous, and you're very likely, and I'll have to speak to the planning board, out of compliance. It's a matter for the planning board. I suggest you get an attorney, and you pursue through channels with site plan review and whatever else is available to you. It's not something this body's going to hear, because it's not our purview. This is a planning board matter. That's where it is. That's where your process is.
So if there's a conflict in ordinances, then you don't think it's a council matter?
We are, other than your opinion, we're aware of no conflict in ordinance. Now, that's your opinion. Now, you're welcome to pursue that.
Here's the question. No
Bob.
Is that directed by township council and mayor, or does that come from the planning board?
I can't be any clearer. It's a planning board matter. And that's where we are. There's nothing for us to do here for you tonight.
Well, the planning board refused to hear it, and that's fine.
The letter doesn't say the planning board refused to hear it. The planning board's already given you their opinion. You have yet to comply. It's up to you to choose to comply or get an attorney and do it like everyone else does. You'll be fine.
We agree to disagree. I should be to get an attorney for something that's had a pre-existing non-conforming use for years.
That's the difference of opinion between yourself and those who are responsible for running the planning board.
All right. But just realize, letters have been sent from the township manager and the town yourself about the public safety issue out there. Subsequent to that, there's been 4 accidents. The last one nearly fatal. So,
I appreciate it.
I'm telling you, there's liability issues here that I've been trying to correct. I mean, your own dad parked there in 2003 because they know the parking lot. So nothing's changed except the ordinance.
Well, that's what you presented all that to the planning board. They reached the conclusion. It's an opinion that apparently you're not satisfied with. But there is due process available to you at the planning board. Follow the guidance they gave you. Get an attorney. Get a site plan. And do what everyone else in Paulsboro does. And you go through the process, you'll be fine. You don't have any enemies. You just got to get through some of these details.
Okay, we'll try.
come on.
Patrick Schubert, 117 East Washington Street, Paulsboro, New Jersey, 086.
I'm sorry, welcome.
I'd like to know if our borough has a pay-to-play ordinance.
We do not.
Is there any way this council would consider banning union politicking in town?
What would they have to do with pay-to-play?
Well, I don't think people who aren't residents of Paulsboro should be involved in our decision-making process as far as our voting goes.
Are you suggesting we suspend the First Amendment of free speech in Paulsboro?
No, I'm just asking that the union shouldn't be allowed to come from Camden or wherever.
Again, are you suggesting we suspend the Constitution?
No,
Okay, because that's what you're suggesting.
no,
So you just asked.
no, I'm just saying, I don't think union people should be politicking and talking for other people.
Thank you, I appreciate your opinion. I mean, that's in contrary to everything America is structured on.
Well, we don't have to pay to play or anything, so I guess it's pretty much everybody can do what they want around here, right?
I don't understand what you're saying. I'm sorry.
No, I'll go on my second question.
Please, please.
Are we going to get a listing of the bills that are going to be paid through tonight's council meeting?
Yeah, you can approach the clerk tomorrow. You're allowed to view them here. There's no charge to view them. If you want copies,